One of the most common questions we always get asked, what is the real cost to live in Denver?
Yeah, guys, we're heading downtown right now to cover exactly what it costs to live in Denver. Everything from housing costs, food, utilities, all that stuff.
So what better place to film? Right in the heart of downtown. Buckle up. We will see you guys in a few.
All right, guys, so I'm Eli Schmidt. This is my partner, Will Grimes.
Hey, guys.
If this is your first time checking out our channel, Living in Denver, Colorado, and you're interested in seeing more videos about everything you need to know about living or visiting Colorado, definitely subscribe to our channel and click that little bell to get notified of every new video we upload.
100%. And if you guys need any help specifically as far as real estate, we are licensed realtors in the state of Colorado. So whether you're moving to Colorado or you are here right now and you need more information on specifically what that looks like for you and navigating through that process, please reach out. There should be a phone number and an email on this video right now. We love taking calls. Eli loves calls super late at night, especially like crazy love emails. Whatever you guys need, please make sure to reach out.
So starting off, guys, Denver is about 12% higher as far as cost of living goes compared to the rest of the United States. Most of that 12% comes from housing though.
Right. Not as high as you might think. As much as Denver's been talked about, yes, there's a lot of marijuana that's moving here, but there's also a lot of tech industry companies that are moving here as well. So when you see how popular Denver's becoming, but it's still only 12% higher than most, it hasn't quite caught up as far as where everybody else thinks that it should be. Still super affordable.
Yeah, and as far as personal opinion, I think Colorado still has a ton of room to grow. Like Will said, as much as we've been growing for the past 5 and 10 years, I still think it's undervalued compared to where it's going to be.
If you love a downtown area, you definitely have that here. However, if you got some dogs and some kiddos and you need some outdoor life, or you also still need a backyard, plenty of that. Stay tuned, listen up, one for me, guys.
All right, guys, so diving into the actual cost of living as far as buying a home. If you're looking at the average home price in Denver, Colorado, you're sitting at about $515,000. If you're looking at the median, you're looking at about $447,000.
Average, that's where people tend to gravitate toward. Median, that's directly in the middle. Why is that important to you? If you don't want to spend that much money or have something that's quite finished, if you don't mind putting a little bit of work into a home, if you're sub 500,000, there are still plenty of the properties that need a little bit of work, but have a ton of equity in them, and you can still have a great home with some of the elbow grease if that's more of your price range. But super important when you guys are looking at that, especially with a lot of the numbers that get thrown out nowadays. What is average? What is median? What does that mean to you? It kind of is, you get what you pay for, but if you don't mind putting in some work, the economy out here and where this, where the appreciation is going in some of these homes, you can come out extremely on top if you put some work into it.
Definitely. And how that looks as far as monthly payment goes for you guys, if you're putting roughly 10% down and you have good credit, again, these are rough numbers, so there's a lot of variables that go into it, but for that price home, that average home price of about $515,000 or 10% down, you're looking at paying about $2,300 to $2,700 per month on your mortgage payment.
Correct. And more for that lower price point, you're gonna be right around that $2,000 to $2,300 range.
All right, now in case you're thinking about renting first, once you get here, what can you expect? So for the average apartment in Denver, Colorado, you're looking at about $1,700. If you're hoping to get into a single family home, you're looking at about $2,300 for a 2 to 3 bedroom.
Correct. Don't overlook this, especially if you do not live in Colorado right now or the Denver metro area. A lot of folks that are moving here or maybe grew up here, but they haven't ventured out very much, tend to rent before they buy because they want to know where they want to put those roots down. So if you guys are looking at a lot of home ownership, that's great, but don't look past renting. That could still be an option for you. It is still something to look forward to. And if you ever want an investment property, some of those numbers are also going to matter to you.
Okay, so if you're curious about how much it's going to cost to run that house that you're purchasing or renting, for utilities in Denver, which includes water, trash, gas, electricity, you're looking at about $158 per month on average.
Correct. Internet, about $60. Not sure the national average on internet. However, all of these costs right here are actually about $70 lower than the national average. So definitely a plus.
Okay, so you guys may be curious about transportation. How do you get around Denver, Colorado? Well, like a lot of the new emerging bigger cities across the US, Denver is one of the top for our light rail system and public transportation in general. So what you're looking at for there, and side note with this, guys, the RTD, the light rail system that we have here in Denver, this goes from our south metro, Denver, suburban neighborhoods. Which
all
is
the way
really
down to
howdy.
almost the Springs.
Yeah.
Monthly pass, I think, is about $114,
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
And gas out here, if you're not that type of person, I think it's $2.50, $2.69 right now. It fluctuates, but $2.69 is a great average if you're looking at vehicles. If you're not looking at vehicles, more than okay. However, if you are a car guy like me, I'm a car guy. One of the benefits about just Colorado in general, unlike some of these other states, you don't always have to jump on the highway to get somewhere. There are plenty of roads that you can go on. Like for example, if you live in suburbia and you're commuting to Denver, there are about 1,000 different ways you can get to downtown Denver and minimize some of your traffic versus having to hop on our highways, I-25 and I-70. You'll find those out if you don't live here.
Yeah.
They tend to get a little bit busy, but it's still great as far as several different ways in and out of the city, unlike some places like Southern California. Nightmare. So some food for thought. A lot of times we do take public transportation, but maybe you're going out on a date or to a ball game and you want to drive. It's still possible.
Yeah, and one of my personal favorite things about Denver City is that all the metro area cities kind of surround Denver, and Denver's right at the middle of it. So, I mean, I live down in the suburbs like Will does, and then we have friends that live up north. We're all pretty much 20 to 30 minutes from Denver, pretty much wherever you're at within the metro area.
Denver's like a circle. If you know that movie quote, I owe you a beer.
Comment below. Comment below.
You know
Yeah,
that
don't
movie
give it away. I won't give it away. So, check out that RTD Pass, $114 a month. Colorado is also very, very, very bicycle friendly.
Bike friendly.
Bike friendly. Yeah.
Yes, correct.
You know, we're real big on sharing the roads down here with you guys. So a lot of people that move to Denver, they don't even need to touch their car. Between the monthly pass for the light rail system and a bike, and then all the running trails and stuff that we have, you guys are good to go.
Proximity to where you live and where you commute could be an option for you. Finally, one of my favorite topics,
Food and beer.
eating out.
Man, if you're looking at drinks, appetizer, main dish for 2 people, nice date night, about $70.
Right, maybe sometimes 100 depending on where you're going. If you don't mind grabbing a pizza or keeping it low key, you can definitely get 2 people fed for $40.
Yes.
What is nice is whether you want to spend that 40 or that 15, or you want to get a little bit more, fancy. Denver's definitely growing when it comes to just being packed by food. A lot of people that love getting outdoors and exercising also love to eat. So that's something where if you enjoy it and you love getting out into the Denver atmosphere and you love food, Denver's a great place for you.
Yeah, one area you guys should definitely check out specifically, it's a small neighborhood in Denver called Highlands, specifically Lower Highlands. There's a ton of independently owned, non-chain restaurants that have phenomenal chefs, really, really good food. Check out the Highlands for
You
restaurants.
got Rhino.
for sure.
So Rhino's a huge brewery block, but what's really cool is they bring taco trucks in on locations. Yeah, they have all sorts of different food on those taco trucks. I'm using that loosely. Food trucks that come in and supply the food while you guys are enjoying some new craft beer or whatever you guys like. But definitely one of the better cities for food.
So speaking of food, you may be curious just what groceries cost here in Denver. This is actually one of the areas where we are slightly lower than national average as far as grocery costs. It's actually not terrible. On average, you can expect to spend about $310 per adult per month for average groceries.
Correct. That could obviously go way up. It could also go down. What I really like about Denver and its diversity is if you need a Trader Joe's or a Sprouts, if you like eating a little bit more high-end, organic, super clean food, there's some options for you there. However, if you're the regular person who just doesn't mind going to a King Soopers or a Ralph's, depending on where you guys are at around the country, you guys can also have that option. You don't have to overspend if you don't like to.
Okay, now some of the boring but super useful stuff.
Super boring.
Taxes. As far as sales tax, Denver specifically, 7.65%. Okay, there's a statewide tax of 2.9. Each city in Colorado can add their own tax on top of that. So in Denver, we're looking at 7.65 for your sales tax. Not terrible. If you're going to buy weed, it's much higher than that, about twice as much as that. Now, as far as income tax goes, Colorado is a flat tax state, meaning regardless of your income across all of Colorado, you're paying the same amount for income tax, which is 4.65.
Right, depending on how you look at this, definitely a lot of pluses with how Colorado approaches its taxes. Overall, finally, top 100 for most expensive cities in America. We are all the way down at number 31. So still maybe a little bit high, but definitely not as high as some people think. Definitely still affordable. And what I love about the metro areas around Denver is if you can't quite afford to live in the heart or if it's too busy for you, there are so many surrounding areas that are affordable, but you still have outdoor stuff. You still have exercise stuff. You still get all of the enjoyments of living in the state of Colorado with the Rocky Mountains to whatever that you guys like. And you don't necessarily have to spend that much. You don't necessarily have to be 31 on the list if you guys don't mind living outside of Denver, which we also get to in some of our other videos. So if you guys need more information, or if you do like these videos and there's some value here, click subscribe. You'll get alerts on everything that we do, or scroll down, look at some of our other videos, and we do describe some of these surrounding areas that might be more affordable for you.
And like we said in the beginning of the video, guys, if there's any specific questions you have, or if you want us to do a video on a specific town or city within Colorado, there will be a number across your screen again right now. We love getting text messages. We get phone calls and texts from people all the time who are thinking about moving to Colorado and just want some more information. Definitely give us a call, shoot us a text. We'll be happy to help you guys out.
Or if you live here already, maybe we already know you, who knows? Please reach out. Please make sure we help you guys.